Good evening, football fans. It's Friday night, and by gosh and by golly, the first playoff game here is being hosted in beautiful Tiger Stadium. Jim, tonight it's the Liberty Center Tigers tangling with the Fairview Apaches. Jim, looking things over, reading all the scouting reports, we're going to see two teams that mirror each other, as they've said in the papers. Both teams use the wing tee offense. Both teams use a lot of the same variations. Size-wise, Liberty Center has a slight edge on the offensive and defensive lines. On both sides of the ball, Liberty goes about 220 a man as compared to Fairview at about 200. But Jim, some really impressive stats here about Fairview. In the last 20 years, what a program they've had over there. Fairview, a school of winners. They're used to winning. They're ranked third behind Ayersville and Archbold in all winning percentage. Liberty Center ranked one measly percentage point behind at 68% and 67%. I think we're in for one blockbuster game between two gargantuan running teams.
I would agree, Spike, and it is neat for a playoff game to host two fairly close together in proximity teams. We know about the Green Meadows Conference. They know about the NWAL. So here we are. We're going to meet. This is the first meeting ever between Fairview and Liberty Center, to my knowledge. And everybody wants to go. The fans want to get it on, and it's a beautiful night for football. And we're just going to get this second season, this playoff season, that a lot of people have been looking forward to with great anticipation off. I would mention the Tiger seniors have seen about 8 playoff games in their 4-year football career, and this is the first trip to the playoffs for the Fairview Apaches. So, you know, they may be a little excited. They do come with a freshman quarterback, and we'll see what playoff pressure might do for him. But look out for the Tiger line. Wow.
Yeah, it's going to be quite a matchup. Two teams both bent on running the football. Tigers set to kick off. It'll be old Thunderfoot back there to deliver it up for the Tigers. And he booms one high end over end kick coming down at the 10-yard line. Taken there and returned straight up the middle of the field. He breaks one tackle and brought down back there. A great hit by Parasini and down at the 21-yard line. Great open field tackle, and the Tigers perhaps have set a precedent for the evening. Fairview takes over a first down on their own 21-yard line.
Special teams for the Tigers have come up big all season long. In fact, some unsung heroes on there, some albeit reserves that don't get to play a lot, but given the crack on special teams, they're there in a big way, Spike.
Defensive ends tonight for Liberty Center, Cordis and number 50, Furco, has a pitch deep, runs off the left side, maybe a couple yards on the play, but brought down over there by Lindgren, Moeller, Kane Myers. Kane Myers getting a start on that defensive line tonight in place of Chris Box, who had a leg injury. I believe it was an ankle injury. He can play tonight, but I think they want to try to hold him back a little bit. And there's no question in my mind that Kane Myers will fit in very well. Kane lining up over on that right defensive tackle spot. All right, second down and 8 on the 23-yard line in the I formation. Here's the give to the second back through, and he's popped right there. No gain on the play. Kaboom!
You know, Spike, as we look toward this game and what might develop, I'm sure there's a lot of talk about this Tiger line play, and opposing coaches, you know, they trade 3 films, and maybe they even get more, but I don't know that anybody knows what they're up against until they actually get up there and bang heads with a Tiger line.
All right, we're going to call that a loss of a yard on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 9. Now White out to the right side, wing back right, dropping straight back to throw. The freshman lofts it out there, and it's incomplete. Incomplete. Keller delivered a little bit extra pop, and I'm sure number 88, Ryan Johns, their main wide receiver, will remember that one. So at 10:39 to go, the Tigers come up big on the first series, and Fairview will be faced with that 4th and 9 and in a punting situation.
Yeah, did they ever come up big? I think they netted about 1 yard. 1 yard on that first possession. They won the toss. Anyway, here we go on the punt.
All right, back deep, Parasini and McClure. Snap good, punt off a wobbler. It's going to be short. It's going to come down at the 45. Now takes a Fairview roll, and they'll down the ball on Liberty Center's 42-yard line. Liberty Center take over there with good field position. The Tigers, though, sitting quite well. On defense, their man to watch, leading tackler number 11, Joe Highland, a linebacker. Tigers now lining up in that standard two tight end set, wing back on the right. Here's a deep pitch to Westhoven. He has running room but gets hit just across the line of scrimmage. Great flow to the ball there by Fairview. Yep.
Yeah, I mentioned real good read on Phil there. He was a secondary man, and he see where that ball's coming, and that's just what you need from your secondary people. You get right up there at the point of attack and put the lick on, and that's what he did.
Well, checking through the team stats, Fairview, a team whose linebackers and defensive backs make a lot of tackles. Now Tigers with that same set. Now wing back on the left, coming in motion right is Cordes. Here's a deep pitch to Cordes, looking for running room, and he's brought down. Good penetration in there by number 76, Chris McStutz, a junior, 5'8", 235 pounds, probably a mirror of the size of Chris Bach. So now Tigers faced with the same situation that Fairview was, third down and long. Fairview Apaches coming up big on defense.
Yeah, good initial quickness by both teams. You can tell they're pumped. It's football time, and they're anxious to get it on.
Tigers with that same set. Now in motion left comes the wing back Cordes. Here's a fumble, loose on there on the ground, and I don't know. Still pointing for the ball. They're going to roll fourth down.
Rob, looked like the quarterback come out of that out from under center, and that ball just went right to the turf. And they're going to give it to.
Oh boy, there's the first break of the game. Not what the Tigers wanted to see. Boy, I'm telling you, Jim, in a game like this, you can say all you want about, well, the NWOAL's got it. They're a tad tougher than the GMC. But with a team like Fairview, who has great teams every year, basketball, football, baseball, they know how to win. They're used to winning. Big break like this could prove pretty tough.
Oh, yeah. Top teams always win in the turnover ratio. So, wow, that's a tough one. That gives excellent field position to the Fairview Apaches. They're going to have the ball on the Tiger 42-yard line.
Now they changed it. Ruling is now the Tigers kept possession. They did signal that it was Fairview's football, but Tigers luckily get it back. Shaddy back to punt. Good snap. Shaddy hits a high end over end, coming down at about the 25-yard line. He fumbles. It's loose on the field, but I believe Fairview recovered. Fairview with the football will be spotted on around the 27, their own 27-yard line. So with 8:38 to go here in quarter number one on NCTV 5, we've got no score in this initial playoff game between the visiting Fairview Apaches and the home team Liberty Center Tigers.
Spike, take us back to that fumble. What happened there? Clearly the ball came out and looked as though they signaled Fairview a ball, but what happened there?
I'm still not sure, Jim. I think that was just perhaps a premature decision and ruled later. Now, with a spread right formation, straight drop back, throws deep. He's got a man out there, and a great defensive play by Silvas. He had inside position, and there was no way that was going to be completed. Now Fairview will have to go up with a second down and 10 against this stout Tiger defense. Coming into the game, the Fairview Apaches averaging 3,300 yards, total of 3,300 yards on the ground, and with their 700 yards passing, that gives them a net total of about 400 yards of offense a game, as opposed to the Liberty Center's net of 340 per game. The main running back here, the go-to guy, is number 22, Scott Highland.
5 yards against the Apaches.
We've got movement.
On the line of scrimmage there.
All right, from my vantage point, I saw our defensive end jump. Now they're going to be a little conference call here. Yep, that will go against the Apaches. Now, Fairview certainly not afraid to throw the football, but just like Liberty Center, their bread and butter is on the ground.
Yep.
And now Liberty Center's defense having things like they want it, pushing Fairview into a second and long, 2nd and 15. Ball resting on the 22. Now back to throw again. Lofts a little screen pass out there. He's got running room. Silvas over there, meets him at the 30-yard line and brings him down. Gain of about 8 yards on the play for Fairview. That'll bring up a third down and about 7 yards to go. Moeller also over there assisting on the tackle. No, they're going to call it.
5 yards.
They're going to call it a gain all the way up to the 33, a gain of 11. That'll make it 3rd down and only about 4. A generous spot there. Now with a wide out to the right. 2 backs and a wing on the right. Drop straight back to throw. He's in trouble. He breaks free and slammed down. Kane Myers comes up big for the Tigers. Kane Myers hung in there, stayed home, and when the quarterback broke that first round, he was there to take him down. A huge defensive play.
Yeah, I wondered how long Fairview offensive line was going to be able to keep that onslaught of defensive pressure off, and well, that time it was there in a big way, and he had to tuck that ball under, and of course Kane Myers bagged him.
All right, back deep, McClure and Parasini. Very short punt. It was a lot of pressure there. Takes a Fairview roll, but Liberty Center, again with great field position. They're going to take over just inside the 50-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers on, we're going to call it the 47-yard line of Fairview. All right, Tigers lining up. Everything been standard so far. 2 tight ends set. Wing back to the wide side of the field on the left. Here is the give straight ahead to Silva. Stays on his feet. He breaks 2 tackles, and what a run! Brett Silvas all year long shows as much determination as any Tiger back I've seen in the last 40 some odd years of my football watching experience. He explodes and powers his way for an 8-yard gain, ball resting on the Fairview 40-yard line.
Give him so many options for the short, 2nd and short, Spike.
That's right, Jim. A lot of things the Tigers can do out of this. Here is the give to the second back through Westo, and he breaks the tackle, stays on his feet, spins down inside the 35 to the 34-yard line, and it's the first down of the football game, and that belongs to the Liberty Center Tigers. Tigers now on the march. Ball at the 34-yard line of Fairview, 1st and 10, 6:25 to go here in the opening quarter. It's coming to the line of scrimmage, lingering at center. Guards, Jesse Miller and Moeller over on the left. Wing left, 2 tights, and Shaddy back play action, has time, lobs it out there, and it's incomplete. Probably just as well. The intended receiver, Silvas, was covered, and not much running room there. So it'll bring up 2nd down and 10, ball on the 34-yard line. Fairview, nice job there of defending the pass to the running back coming out of the backfield.
Yeah, and there was good pressure from the outside there by Fairview. So Shaddy, kept that ball just about as long as he could, and then just wisely threw it away.
Yep, good point, Jim. All right, Liberty now, 2nd down and 10. 2 tight ends set, everybody in tight for the Fairview defense. Here's a give to Silvas. He leaps over 1 tackler and gets down close to the 30-yard line.
Outside there, Steph, he'd have been running yet.
Yeah, if he didn't have to, it was good penetration by the Fairview defender, and it forced him to leap, and then when he came down, he never really had time to make that cut, Jim, but you're so right. It was there if he could have stayed on his feet. Now the Tigers now with 3rd and long, 3rd and 8 at the Fairview 32. Bring in
Matt McClure now in the game.
Yeah, Matt McClure will be a wide out here to the left. Portis to the wide side of the field. The wing back on the left side. Spangler, the tight end, on the right. Here's a give straight ahead to Westoven. Yeah, Silvas with the ball.
Yeah. I don't know, that was almost a broken play, Spike. There wasn't any forward movement by the backs or everybody. It just seems like defensive end over there for Fairview was right there when they were. All right, 4th down.
All right, Tigers in punt formation. Silvas the up back, and don't be surprised here. Fairview with 10 men up near the box. We're going to, who knows, we'll linger and roll the dice. Shaddy hesitates, he throws, he's got a wide open receiver, and it's caught down inside the 25, down to the 23-yard line. It's going to be close, but appears from here, it's a Tiger 1st down. Reception made by Strayer. A big catch there for the Tigers.
Oh, yeah, Spike, and that, the punter, the Tiger punter, quarterback Rob Shaddy, all season long has got kind of a delayed punt. He can feel the pressure and see it, and if it's not there, I think he has the option sometimes to put it up.
Shaddy did a great job, too, under a lot of heat right there. Got it off and was smacked after that, but the Tigers have a first down on the 23. Here's the give to Westhoven, stays on his feet and rambles and dips and dives and dukes down to the 23-yard line. Nice piece of running there by Westhoven. What determination, what balance. Gain of a solid 5 yards on the play. It'll be second down and 5 on the Fairview 17. We're going to call it the 18-yard line. 4:02 remaining here in quarter number 1. There's no score here on NCTV 5. Tigers with Cordes at a wing to the right side, the wide side of the field. Gives straight ahead to Westhoven. Stays on his feet. Down inside the 15-yard line to the 13. And very close to first down yardage. We'll wait for the spot. The spot will be on the 14-yard line. And that will leave Liberty Center with about a 3rd and 1. 2 downs to get that one single solitary yard. Tigers staying with that 2 tight end set. Cordes wing on the left, the short side of the field. Gives straight ahead to Westhoven. He's got running room. He's at the 5. No, whoa, you talk about a fake out. It sure appeared Westhoven had the football, carried out his fake well, but it was Shaddy on a keeper. And that will bring up 4th down. Shaddy gained almost a full yard, but the Tigers will be inches short. Jim, big play, huge play right off the bat.
I know it, Spike. That's where the senior leadership, Rob Shaddy, quarterback, and of course the whole team, they've been here before. We'll see. Short yard to go.
It's the Tigers offense against the teeth of the Fairview defense. In motion going to the outside, Cordes gives straight ahead, and flag on a play. He's dropped in the backfield. It'll be no gain. And that's a fumble. Fairview takes over. They hold the Tigers. I would imagine Liberty Center jumped on that play. That's where the flag came from the line judge. So penalty will be of no consequence. And Fairview holds once again. Jim, this Fairview Apache team very, very capable. Don't count them out of anything here.
Oh, they got great penetration, and Silvers didn't have time to put that ball away. He does not put it on the grass. Hasn't all season long. But wow, give it up for Fairview, and they take over, stopping a good Tiger drive.
Fairview coming out with 2 wideouts to either side. Liberty shows blitz. Highland hitting the backfield and thrown down, I think, for about a 2-yard loss. Great Tiger penetration as Fairview didn't check out of that run right into the teeth of the Liberty blitz. It'll be second down and 11, loss of a yard on the play. The ball resting on Fairview's own 13-yard line. 2:14 to go here in quarter number 1. A huge crowd here in Liberty Center. Capacity crowd in the stands, and they're ringed at least 6 deep all the way around the field. Now 2 wideouts to either side again for Fairview. 2 backs and a tight end on the right side. Straight drop back and a quick slant out there, and that's going to be low and incomplete. Tigers surrounded him, and he would have been stopped about 3 yards short of a first down. So now 3rd and 11.
Yeah, a freshman quarterback there, Spike. On that particular pass, he didn't have much time, but he threw that into the ground, and there's almost a seam in there. So if he could have delivered that on target, but still that was going to be for a short gain. So here they are now. They're really in a hole here. It's a 3rd and 11, so probably look for a pass, and hopefully the Tigers are up to it. Need to get some pressure on that freshman quarterback.
All right, 3rd and passing situation, 3rd and 11. Here's the give coming the other way. He's got running room around this side, and it's a first down. He's down the sideline at the 50, cuts back across the green, and brought down finally by number 67, Matt Schwab. A 47-yard burst for the Fairview Apaches. They came against the grain, against the flow of the offensive line, caught the Tigers perhaps not aware. That's right, thinking pass, and that's where they've hurt teams in the past, around the outside, and they went against the flow, and they burnt the tires for 40 yards. They'll have the ball 1st and 10 on Liberty Center's 41-yard line. 1:25 to go here in quarter number 1. Here's a give to Highland, trying to belly out deep. Silvas with a beat on him and lays a hit, and he's tackled at the 40. Gain of about a yard on the play. Boy, Jim, what a wild and exciting first quarter.
Oh, no question. You can just feel the energy from the fans. They're standing deep all around Tiger Stadium. This is one of the largest crowds that's been here. Tigers can pack them in here for Patrick Henry and other big games, but boy, there's a big one here tonight. And these teams are like a couple heavyweights just banging away on each other, and very capable. Both teams can do a lot of things.
Yeah, very true, Jim. Fairview now with 2nd down and 8, ball on the Tiger 39-yard line. Wing back to the right, give straight ahead, nothing doing there. Hit by Moeller first, and then blasted down by about 4 more Tigers. Spangler in there from his defensive end spot. Cordes there from his other defensive end spot. Tigers flowing to the football. 3rd down and 8 yards to go. No gain on the play, ball at the 39-yard line. Jim, with the Tigers' great pursuit, occasionally gets them in trouble.
Yeah.
You got to hand it to them, though. They go for the gusto. That'll be the whole thing, is the misdirections, and if the Tigers can contain that, they'll be in good shape. But Fairview now 3rd and 8 on the Tiger 39. Here's the pitch to Highland, and not much doing there. We'll try to pick up the tackler for you. I believe it was Silvas coming up from his defensive back spot to make the hit. Gain of maybe 2 on the play. And now Fairview faced with a decision. They're in 4-down territory. Ball on Liberty Center's 37-yard line, we'll call it. 4th and about 7 to go.
Yeah, that was a great defensive stand by the Tigers. I mean, after they popped that big run, albeit everybody in the stadium maybe thinking pass when Fairview busted that big 40-some-yard scamper. Tiger defense got right up to the task and plugged everything that came, and so it is 4th and 6 yards, but maybe Apaches think they're in 4-down territory.
Well, you know, they've punted twice and both times had trouble on the punt, the second one especially very short, but they've been lucky and got the advantage of a good roll. So with the ball resting on the 37-yard line, you got 2 schools of thought. Do you try to pin the Tigers back somewhere around the 10, inside the 10-yard line, or with a great scoring opportunity like you have, you know, like you called it earlier, 2 big heavyweights just slugging it out, you know, you might want to pass up this chance to score. So the farther this game progresses, you know, 1 big score could change the whole complexion. So remains to be seen what the Apaches will come up with here.
Yeah.
Okay, Jim, a timeout was called during the quarter break, and that tells me the Fairview's going for it, and yes, they are. 4th down and 6 on the Tiger 37. Motion going to the right. Tiger fans alive, dropping back to throw in trouble, and it's a sack. It was Todd Muller in there first to yank him down, and on 4th down, the Tigers stick it to him. They're going to take over on the Apache 44, or their own 44-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Tigers.
That's that Tiger line coming up real big, and they made real yards on that play. Not only did the Apaches not punt, but they lost yards. So Tigers, excellent field position. Just a wonderful stand by that veteran Tiger line.
Well, the Tigers survived 1 break in field position. Now with a big defensive play, they get it back. Now, 2 tight end set, Cordes in the wing tee on the left side. Here's a give to Westover, breaking through, still on his feet. He's inside the 50, 1 man to beat, puts a straight arm on him. He's at the 30 down the sideline. He's got a wall of tacklers. He's at the 10, he's at the 5, and it's a Tiger touchdown. It's a Tiger touchdown. 175 yards of pure TNT exploded through that line. He made a cut to the outside, followed the wall of blockers, and it's a Westover touchdown. It's 6-0 Tigers. Yeah.
Oh, what a run, Spike. Nice stiff arm, couple good moves on the sideline, had him fooled just a little bit, but boy, he'd be a hard man to tackle when he gets up ahead of steam. A very controlled run. He dodged, he went this way, he went that way. A nice block or 2 along the way, and Tigers on the board.
All right, the holder here, Babcock. Tigers attempt the 1-point conversion. Thunderfoot the man to deliver the ball. The set, down, it's good. The kick is up, high end over, and he drills it, and it's good! All the way to the creek back there. What a booming drive by Thunderfoot himself, Todd Spangler. And at the 11:43 mark of quarter number 2, Liberty Center jumps out ahead of Fairview 7-0. Quickly, while we've got a minute, run down our sponsors for the season, the ones who make these broadcasts possible on NCTV5. We've got The Dugout with Steve and Catherine Parasini. We've got Pisanello's Pizza, Craig and Sherry Myers. Speece Trailer Court with Rick Speece. Dave's Auto Service with Dave Perry. Dave's Running Shop in Delta. Liberty Products with Terry and Mary Lou Bowers. Miller Brothers Trucking with Skip Miller. KK Collision, Kyle Kern. Swanton Welding, Norm Zeider. The Henry County Bank with 6 locations all over the county. Davis Farm Services, Karen Davis. B.A. Miller and Sons Trucking, Norma Miller. The Mid-Am Bank. Holgate Metal Fab with Jeff Spangler. And L.R. Babcock Plumbing and Heating with Bill Tiplady and Danny Brown. Also, we always like to mention the beautiful job done by Hill Asphalt Paving with Randy Hill as they come out on Fridays and lay down the lines and decorate the Tiger Field. What a beautiful job they have done. The white background around the 20 and the 50 and the other 20, the sidelines, the big orange letters in the end zone spelling Tigers. Tigers preparing to kick off now. Spangler gets into it, high end over end kick coming down at the 22-yard line. Returns straight up the field, hit and met there. We'll have to try to pick up the number as they unpile for the Tigers, making a big hit, standing him up.
Brett Howe in there on the contact.
Yep,
Number 5 right, had his nose in there.
It was Zach Gramling and Howe. We're going to give the official tackle to Gramling in there, standing him up right at the 30-yard, well, we'll call it the 29-yard line. Fairview will take over there. Boy, Jim, how momentum can turn. Fairview poised to put on a drive against the Tigers, went for it deep in Tiger territory on 4th down. Tigers with a big Todd Moeller defensive play, and then they score. Now the deep pitch going to the right, trying to find some running room. Brought down, great open field tackle there by Silvas.
Yeah, Brett Silvas.
Silvas, one tough little kid. Well, he ain't no kid anymore, Jim. You know, it was Silvas that made that huge hit on a running back about twice his size 2 years ago in the state playoff finals. Took him head on, about a 235-pound fullback.
Yeah.
And still showing that same grit.
Yeah, well, brother Andy Silvas kind of probably taught him how to put a few licks on, had been a whale of a linebacker for Tigers yesteryear.
All right, 2nd down and 5. Here's the give straight ahead, going nowhere, and stays on his feet and comes up with about a 3-yard gain, but the officials will mark it back just across the 35-yard line.
Chris Box coming on the field to play a little defense. He's probably anxious to get in there, a state wrestler and big anchor man in that Tiger defensive line. They'll welcome him back in there, although Kane Myers did super to first quarter, so Tigers got people to use, Spike. A lot of good people in and out.
All right, also in the game, number 51, Matt Liner coming out at defensive back on a 3rd down and 3 situation. Tigers looking for the run. 2 tight ends set. Here is the give straight up head off tackle. He's got some running room to the outside. 1st down. There's only one man left. That's Silvas. And Lindgren hustling down there. Assists on the tackle. But the Fairview Apaches getting to the outside. Ramble all the way down to the Tiger 32. Well, Jim, we mentioned that before the game.
Yeah.
It was the speed of the Apaches going to the outside that concerned Coach Lindgren the most.
Yeah, and as the Tiger regular season kind of wound down, I don't know whether it's a defensive scheme of things or just what, but the Tigers appear just a little soft, if you will, once in a while a little bit vulnerable around the ends, and evidently Apaches sense that, and that's where they're getting their yards on the ground is around the ends a little.
Well, he started off tackle and then kicked it to the outside. Now the deep pitch coming the other way. Tigers in front, and they stand him up right there. Great Tiger rush, loose on the ground. Apaches recover the football, but there's flags on the play. We're going to guess a hold on the Apaches, but hopefully that's not something premature. And that's, yeah, they're pointing to the Apaches, Jim.
Yeah. I thought maybe on a tackle, Spike, they didn't like, the way the Tigers filled there and popped the guy, but We'll
No,
see.
hopefully that's not the case. Now for our individual sponsors, we've got Rick Rhonda and Brittany Miller for their son Jesse. We've got the Grand Exalted Order of the Porch Coaches, the Thursday night chapter in Liberty Center. That headed up by Dave Silvas, Tom Overmeyer, Jeff Spangler, Chris Zacharias, Rick Miller, Mike Mann, Bob Shaddy, Dan Brown, and Jim Wise. Also included in that group, honorary members now, John Fryman of Fulton County fame, also Kip Kern and Duke Overmeyer. Also, we've got Mike, Linda, and Christy Simbola for their son Brad. We've got Bob and Julie Shaddy for their son Rob, Bill and Deb Weshy. We've got Louie Miller along with Mary Beth Collins, Chester, and Nola Short for their sons and grandsons, Chad and John. Also, Jeff, Denise, and Justine Spangler for their son Todd.
Yeah, they called that a block below the knees, an illegal block by Fairview, but boy, that really put them in a hole. I mean, they've got first down, but about mile and a half to move the stick, Spike.
Yep. Well, that puts Fairview in obviously a disadvantageous position. It's first down and 27. Ball on the Tiger 49-yard line. Now they fake the pitch. Pass tipped at the line of scrimmage by Lindgren. Lindgren just got his big meat hooks up there and got a hand on it. The ball was live, but nobody obviously could find it. It fell straight to the ground. And a down wasted by the Apaches. They faked the pitch and then tried to go over the middle. Second down and 25. Tigers, we'll check to see now if they line up in perhaps a little bit of a giving type defense if they kind of back off a little. But they're going to go with their standard 5-3-3. Looking inside, man, right there by Lindgren. Great penetration by Schwab, and Lindgren stood him up. Two good plays right there. That caused the runner, had to kick it around outside, and right there waiting like a giant octopus was Lindgren, and boom, there was nothing doing there. So now 3rd and 29, a loss of 2 on the play.
Yeah, they got to come up with something big, and maybe it's almost too big to them. Maybe they just like to hang on the football and get a good punt off, Spike. It is 3rd down, but, man, they're looking at about 30 yards.
Well, yeah, Jim, if they even get half of it, they may be in a position to go for it on 4th. 2 wide outs to the left. Here's that quick slide. It's intercepted! It's intercepted by Westover! He's at the 30! He's at the 20! The 10! The 5, 4, 3, 2, 1! It's another Tiger touchdown! It's another Tiger touchdown! A huge defensive play. Westover stepped in front, and there was nobody there! Nobody there but green and beautiful turf! It's a Tiger score! They lead it 13-0! 8:22 in the ball game remaining. In the first half. Oh, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, good pressure by the Tigers. Quarterback had to let go of that ball, and he didn't see Westoven lurking out there. And, of course, you know, these colors of these uniforms, doggone it, there's a lot of black out there. Now, the Apaches got white jerseys, but black and white or all black. I mean, anyway, freshman quarterback delivers a nicely done pick.
All right, Miller, the center on the long snap. Hold is good by Babcock. Kick is up. It's a booming drive. And no, it fades off to the left. Spangler knocked it to the metal building, but it had a little fade on it. Nevertheless, Liberty Center leads Fairview 13-0 here on NCTV 5. 8:22 remaining here in half number 1. Also, Jim, before I forget, as we are passing out thanks, Tom Kern, athletic director, doing a tremendous job in keeping everything organized here for this playoff game. Also, every week, the firemen are out there parking cars. You know, and that's a thankless job, but it's one of those situations where somebody's got to do it. So remember, next time there's a benefit for the firemen and their group, please support them as they're out there week after week, year after year.
Oh, that's well said, Spike. Liberty is what it is because of groups like the Liberty Center Firemen.
Well put, Jim.
And there's just a lot of groups surrounding the school and the community that makes this such a wonderful town and such a fine place to live and to go to school at. But anyway, we've got football tonight, and Tigers are coming up strong, even though Fairview's showed propensity for moving the ball. But still, check the scoreboard. Tigers up 13-0.
Well, the Tigers have made 3 good defensive stands now. Fairview with that propensity, like Jim said, for the big play, getting outside. But so far, nothing to show for it. Here's Spangler's kick, short end over end, coming down at the 25-yard line, taken there. Tries to return up the middle, and hit and brought down somewhere around the 35-yard line.
Neil Carter in on that.
Chad Collins also in there on the hit. You know, everybody thought Chad Collins with a broken bone in that wrist was done for the season, but with a little bit of grit and a little bit of magic by the doctors and the rehab people, he's got a soft cast and he's right back in there, in on the hit for the Tigers. And glad to see that. Chad, a senior, doing a tremendous job all year long on both sides of the ball. Here now tries to go around the outside, nothing doing there. Great penetration by that Tiger line. Jesse Miller in on the hit. Furco in there on the hit. They'll give him credit for the tackle. He comes off now, replaced by Spangler at defensive end.
You know, that's just a tremendous strength that you can't underscore enough. The fact that the Tigers can run some people in and out and not miss a thing out there.
Yep. Now Chris Box hobbling slightly, but he's in the ball game for the Tigers. Fairview in an I formation. Straight drop back, but hands off the I back. He tries to get around the outside. Gain of about 7 on the play. Fairview gets it across the 40 and up to the 41-yard line. We're going to call it a gain of 7. It'll be 3rd down and 3. Fairview in a good position now, Jim. They've got a lot of options on 3rd down and short. Now they spot the ball back at the 41, so only a gain, short gain there. We're going to look at 3rd down and 4. Tigers with that standard 5 defensive front, 3 linebackers and 3 defensive backs. Wide out to the right side, the left side, the wide side. Here's the give outside. He's got running room, and Silvas tries to bring him down, hit over there at the 50, but it's a 1st down. Silvas went for the high tackle, but at that point, it didn't matter. Fairview had their 1st down, and Jim, that's the only place that they've been able to hurt Liberty Centers on the outside.
Yeah, that's true, and they don't know whether the Tiger coaching almost concedes that medium yardage thing on occasion there to protect against the middle, or the really big play, knowing full well that the Tiger pursuit will get there and shut it down. But it's true, if they're going to get yards, it seems like around the ends they have a little chance.
All right, lining up in the I formation, wing to the right, give to the up back. And not much there. Schwab in on the 1st hit. We'll give him about 2 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 8. For in the eyes of Fairview, this is almost a must series for them. They trail by 2 scores, and certainly they don't want to go into halftime, you know, any farther down or even here. They need to put something up just as a confidence builder. On the other hand, that stout Tiger defense, nothing doing on the inside.
Oh, yeah.
But Fairview playing it smart, just like Liberty, running that trap play up the middle, trying to set up something on the outside. Here's the give coming to the outside. Great penetration that time by Box, and he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
Thunderfoot on a stop.
Yep, Thunderfoot in there. Liberty Center Tigers defensive line doing a number on Fairview. Fairview so far hasn't shown any chance that they're going to hurt Liberty Center on the pass. It's just that big end run as they kick it outside. Clock running, 6:25 to go in quarter number 2. Liberty 13, Fairview nothing. Here in the opening round of the 1999 football playoffs. A wide out to either side. Drop, straight drop back, looks, lofts it up there, well over the head of everybody, falls incomplete, defended out there by Silvas. Fairview now faced with a 4th down at Liberty Center's 46-yard line. Well, Jim, I don't know. Would you roll the dice if you're Fairview?
No, I think they'll take a chance and try and get a foot in it and pin the Tigers back deep and, hope to create a turnover or something like that. So I see them punting all the way here, Spike.
All right, Fairview with 3 up backs. And never count out a fake from them. Parasini and McClure back. Very, very short punt, shanked. And it's going to be downed right there at the 32-yard line. Only a 15-yard net gain on the punt. Well, Jim, with only a 15-yard net gain, that's his 3rd bad punt in a row.
I know it. That's going to have an influence on their play calling decisions in the second half. If they don't have another punter, then they're going to think they ought to go ahead and go for it in those situations. But I really feel Fairview would think that a 3rd score against them would just be Oh, just be horrendous. So I think they want to give their defense all the room they could. But anyway, Tigers with good field position across their 30.
Yep. Well, you can bet your sweet Adeline here that Lindgren isn't going to sit on it. He's going to try to move the football. Here's Silvas around that left side carrying a tackler up across the 35 to the 36. Yeah, a score here would really put the hurts on the Apaches, but the Tigers are 65 yards away from that. 5:41 to go. Tigers want to grind some clock, but yet want to move the sticks as well. Now lining up in the two tight end set. Spangler, the tight end on the left. Cordes, the wing on the right. Shaddy, play action, has time, lost it out there. It's caught! A great catch by a diving Ryan Strayer at the 47-yard line, and the Tigers move the chains. Jim Strayer coming up big here for the Tigers tonight.
Oh, that was a fine strike. Quarterback and split wide receiver hooking up real fine on that play. And it was open, and, Shaddy held the ball just about as long as he could, but Strayer was ready for it, made a good catch, and just what the doctor ordered.
Yep, Tigers now with a first down up at the 47-yard line. Cordes, the wing on the short side of the field, the right side. Here is the fake play action again. Shaddy gets rid of it, and it's intercepted back there at the 35-yard line. He breaks a tackle over there. Silvas, he breaks one there. He's at the 40-yard line. There's a flag on the play, though. That's at the original line of scrimmage, and it's hard to say what's going to come here. That may go back. Uh-oh, there's some finger pointing down there. A lot of, boy, number 32 is incensed. Silvas hung with his man after getting juked to the 50, went back and helped make the tackle down around the 35. We've got an officials conference here. The Tiger receiver was open, but the pass was a little high and picked off by the deep umbrella back and returned about 35 yards back to the Liberty Center 37-yard line. Well, now, first of all, it's a holding against Liberty Center, and it's a clip, I think, on the return by Fairview. So I imagine it'll be Fairview's football, but they will suffer a penalty. Now, I'm sure Fairview will be moved back, probably on the illegal block 10 yards from the spot of the foul.
They'll have possession, I think. Yeah.
Well, Jim, I'm not at all being critical of the play call, but you know, you get into the habit of, if you will, of throwing the football, and bad things can happen when it comes to turnovers, and we are witness to one right there. Yeah. He was open, but the pass was a little high.
Oh, I know it, and there was a lot of pressure on Chatty, but you know, it's a pass that makes the run work, and so they go.
That's true. You have to throw,
no
doubt.
Yeah, they go hand in hand, and you just sort of take what happens, but. With not quite 5 minutes to go, Fairview gets another shot.
Yep, Fairview has one more shot to try to get back in this ball game. 4:49 to go. Tigers show blitz. Here is the inside reverse, and Matt Schwab sticks it to him right at the line of scrimmage. Matt Schwab stuck a nose in there, and he stopped him right on the spot. No gain on the play for the Fairview Apaches. 4:33 to go here in quarter number 2. Liberty Center leading 13-0, but turning the ball over for the second time tonight to Fairview. Tigers had the ball at about midfield. Now Fairview coming back the other way. They have it on their own 43-yard line. Wide out to the left on the wide side of the field. Now a flanker coming out on that side. Two backs in the backfield. And rolling this way to the wide side. Lost it out there. It's caught and stuck right there by Silvas on a big, big hit. Number 30 Hill met right there as soon as he caught the football. Gain of 7. Gain of 6 on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 4. Clock running. 3:44 here in the first half. Apaches with the ball on their own 49. Well, Jim, once again, we're talking big plays. Fairview has to get a score in here in this first half to climb back in it, but the Tigers defense hanging on. We got two wide outs to the wide side to the right. Dropping back to throw under pressure. Gets it off. And it's picked off! It's picked off by Babcock! Babcock's third big play on defense in 2 weeks! Babcock went high in the and he stole the football away from the wide open receiver. What a gutsy play, but it's big plays that make a football team, and when it's your turn to step to the plate and deliver the home run ball, it was, oh boy, it was Babcock carrying the mail for Liberty Center. They're going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Oh boy, here we go. 3:23 to go. Tigers at their own 47-yard line. Wide out McClure to the left side of the field, Fairview side. Here is the give to the second back through. Westoven breaks a tackle and battles his way down inside the 50 to the 48-yard line. We'll call it a gain of about 4 on the play. It'll be second down and 6.
Yeah, Tiger defense coming up big, and it's just a heck of a football game here, Spike. You just feel that, well, these are heavyweights capable of making some big blows, but almost 3 minutes to go yet for the Tigers.
Give to the first back through. Silvas, what a run! What a run! You talk about two powerful trunks grinding out the yardage. He was carrying about 400 pounds of weight, but he carried that weight about 7 yards on the play all the way down to the Apache 41-yard line. 2:45 to go here in the first half. Liberty again, as I said, leading 13-0. Jim, like you said, two heavyweights punching, battling it out. Turnovers, big pops, big hits, big plays. Give to the second back through Westoven. He's there, he breaks the line of scrimmage. He's gonna go, he's gonna go, he's gonna go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's another Tiger touchdown. God bless Joe Westoven, excuse me. I don't know what I'm saying. There's too many great Tiger backs down through the years. Not Joe, but Troy Westoven. Jim, what a burst. That kid goes through the line of scrimmage, and then he's bent for election because he was in all the way. What a run.
Yeah, that was just a wonderful play, and Todd Spangler down there wanting to throw a block and then found that was where he wanted to run, so trying hard to get out of the way. But Tigers come up large right there. They pop through, and so many times when a team sort of sells out to stop it right at the line, if they pop through, then it's off to the races. And Tigers hang up another one, which is big. So 19-0, and it looks like they're going for 2.
Tigers lined up with the two tight ends set. Here's the drop back by Shaddy. Throws into the end zone. Caught by Westoven for the 2-point conversion. Cutting back to the middle. It's a 2-point score. And with 2:23 to go in the first half, Liberty Center has battled their way out to a 21-0 commanding lead over the Fairview Apaches. Jim, the Tigers' experience perhaps showing through. This is their 6th appearance in the 1990s alone in the playoffs, and Fairview's first time. Fairview having some chances here, but a few ill-devised passes, have all of a sudden turned the momentum back toward Liberty Center.
Yeah, and Tigers don't seem to get rattled when like a turnover or something happens like that. They just sort of, that veteran poise just seems to come forward and ooze from them, and they just go out and execute and do what they need to do. And boy, the defense has come up big so many times when necessary, and just kind of a tough night for Fairview here. I mean, they're moving the ball and doing some things, but boy, I tell you, these Tigers are tough when they need to be.
Well, I think we're starting to see the excellent execution, just the basic get after it, play after play, the Vince Lombardi style of grind it out. You know what we're going to run, you stop it. And Liberty Center getting some huge holes on that offensive line. And when you have runners with the ability of Westoven and Silvas to stay on their feet after being hit 1, 2, and 3 times, it's going to only add up to nothing but pluses. Now the kickoff coming down at the 18-yard line, return back up the middle, hit there by number 55 first, Zach Gramling. Gramling doing a great job on those Tiger special teams once again. Comes up with the initial hit. Fairview, with only 2:17 remaining in half number 1, will take over on their own 32-yard line. And now, Jim, certainly, we've said it before on the last series, but if Fairview wants to get back in the game, it's almost paramount now for them to try to go for the downs and get on the board.
Yeah, I saw as the Tigers scored and Fairview's headed toward the sideline, some of the starch has gone out of them. They know they're playing against a true heavyweight contender for this state.
Now in trouble, Cordes putting on the pressure, running him down. He gets away, he's out around the sideline. And the freshman quarterback, the freshman quarterback, Dusty Bergman, gets outside for about 7 yards. Actually, Jim, he was running for his life.
Quarterback, you want a quick-footed quarterback, and Tigers have seen several in the league this year scattered around, and these boys are going to be back. Now, this fellow's a freshman, which is really phenomenal for him to play at this level.
Well, he's not doing so bad so far, but a couple of those passes perhaps were ill-advised. And the Tigers, with some great plays, made him on the other side. Now on a little draw, back up the middle, gain of about 2 on the play. It'll bring up 3rd and about 2 for Fairview. 2 minutes to go in the half. Liberty Center leading it. If you're just tuning in to TV 5, Liberty Center leads it 21-0. With a tight formation, wing on the right. Here is the give to Highland. And it's going to be very close indeed. Waiting for the officials now to eyeball this thing up. We may get a measurement. Yes, we do. The first point after touchdown kick, so we'll take 1 away from Westhoven and give 1 to Thunderfoot. Tiger Chain Gang picked among thousands to do this game tonight, certainly showing their abilities. But there are rumors brewing about the Chain Gang crew now that they've turned professional, getting paid for this right here. Now the give coming around that left side, slowed down by a penetrating number. We'll get the number there. Number 67, Schwab, in there low, slowed him down, and it was Jesse Miller that made the peel. Jesse's the one that stood him up and brought him down. A loss on the play of a yard, 2nd and 11.
I was just going to say, Tigers really deliver some punishing tackles, but that's just team defense, and they've got a lot of pride, and they play like it.
Well, Jesse Miller really coming on as a Tiger defender here as of late from his linebacker spot. Play action pass out there, incomplete. And the quarterback belted back there by number 67, Schwab.
35 took a hit from
Schwab actually brought them both down.
He did. 35.
Yeah, 35's of limping. You know, the Tigers with their size, their ability, their strength, it's starting to really show through now as Fairview having a tough time running up inside and having a lot of trouble on the pass. Fairview had passed for 700 yards this year, about 70 a game, but Liberty Center compared with only 400.
Yeah, well, the Fairview quarterback is just not having time to look things over.
Exactly
It's just too much pressure. Tigers winning the line of scrimmage.
Sticking with the 2 tight end set, wing back to the outside of the tight end. Here's a give to Highland. He's got some running room. He's at the 40, and Parasini there to finally bring him down inside the 30-yard line to the 26. And 26 seconds to go. Fairview not done yet. It will be a 1st and 10 for the Fairview Apaches. 26 yards away, 26 ticks on the clock. Absolutely a must for Fairview if they want to stay in the game. They trail 21-0 to the Tigers, and they're going to use their 2nd timeout.
Coach Lindgren pointed out in a radio interview the other night that Fairview has 3 running backs that, much like the Tigers, we've got at least 3 running backs that, can all carry the mail and do quite well. Well, that makes it a little difficult to defense. You know, you got to keep your eye on everybody rather than just keying against the 1 or 2 big guns, if you will. But that was a nice gainer. He popped through there, and that's one that hadn't gotten a lot of yards for Fairview. But good run, but a good tackle out there.
On the Tigers' 26-yard line.
Here we go, Spike.
Okay, here we go. Dropping back straight. Lingering a lot of pressure and knocked down by Thunderfoot. Bergman back there and got blasted by the third guy coming through. There was Lingering in there forcing the pass. It was Thunderfoot knocking it down, and a 3rd Tiger from the defensive left side.
Yeah, I think they wanted to take advantage or negate that Tiger pressure. Looked like they had a screen pass called, but Tiger's just too much, and that's a bit demoralizing because he tried to pass it and he got it batted down in his face and went down to boot.
Well, when you've got somebody the size of Lingering and with his stretch coming in there and you're only 5'8", not much room to throw. Spangler with pressure. They throw deep to the end zone, and it's caught for the touchdown. 11 seconds to go, and Fairview's on the board. Uh-oh, there's a flag on the play. No, it's a touchdown. I believe they were going to call roughing the passer. But it is a touchdown. Give credit there to Brett Silvas. He was all over in coverage. They both went up for the ball, and only one guy can come down with it, and it was the wrong man. It was Fairview. And now, like they said, a couple of big breaks, and they're back in the game. With 11 seconds to go, they'll attempt the point after kick. Snap is good, spot is good, kick is up, end over end, drives it low and hard, right down the middle. And with 11 seconds to go in the first half, it's 21 Liberty Center, but Fairview on the board with 7 points. Boy, Jim, that has to give the Apaches a lift going into halftime.
Oh, that does. That makes a genuine ball game out of it. We had good defense on that play, but I don't know. Things happen that way, and Silvas got kind of turned around or thought he was muscling for the ball. And anyway, Apaches got a score. They earned it. They fought hard, and with the score 21-7, as you say, a real lift for them going into halftime. Well, 11 seconds to go, and we can look forward to some more top-quality football here from TV5.
Kicking for Fairview, Joe Highland. Deep for Liberty Center, Westoven and Piercini.
All right, now with 11 seconds to go, Fairview to kick off here in the first half. Fairview drives a line drive, taken there by Cordes at the 29-yard line, has two hands on it, cradles it, and returns it up to the 43-yard line. 6 seconds remaining on the clock here in the first half. Well, Jim, I don't imagine with 6 seconds to go we're going to do anything really crazy here. You know, maybe with 30 seconds to go, you take a shot at it, but right now I think maybe you just take the knee, protect that 2-touchdown lead. But we're also talking about the Grand Riverboat gambler himself, Coach Lindgren.
Yeah, you may see anything here, Spike, but it's been a good half of football. I'm looking forward to the statistics.
All right, we got McClure split out wide to the left, Parasini on the short side, wide to the right. Silvas in motion to the right, Tigers dropping back. They're going to throw, quick slant to McClure, incomplete. Boy. Yeah. Well, I misread that one. Our cameraman alertly knew the Tigers were going to throw the football, and I'll tell you what, if that pass was on target, McClure had a full head of steam. The defender coming up from the outside had a bad angle. Oh, boy, that could have been big for the Tigers. Now they'll come right back out again. Time for one last play. Same setup. McClure wide to the left, Parasini wide to the short side right. Here's a give straight ahead to Westoven. He fights for running room and gets about 9 yards on the play. That'll be the end of the first half. Liberty Center leading Fairview 21-7 here on NCTV5. Get ready for the second half kickoff. A quick rundown of stats. On defense for Liberty Center, leading tacklers, Silvas and Schwab with 6, Moeller and Lindgren with 5, and Jesse Miller with 4. Westhoven with a 49-yard interception return for a touchdown. Also Babcock an interception. For Fairview, 3 of 12 for 38 yards and throwing 2 interceptions. In the rushing game, Fairview 139 yards on 24 carries, averaging 5.8, while Liberty Center with only 14 offensive rushes for 140 yards, averaging 10 yards per carry. Westhoven carrying the big load there, 8 carries for 117 yards, and Silvas 5 carries for 23. Liberty with 4 first downs, 2 rushing, 2 passing. Fairview with 5 first downs, all rushing. Time of possession, Fairview 15 minutes. Here's the kickoff down, picked up there by Parasini, end over end. He comes straight up the field. He's got running room. He breaks a tackle, and the last man there brings him down. There was nobody left. Nick Parasini straight up the middle returns it to the 41-yard line where the Tigers will take over. Now, as I was saying, Time of possession in the first half, controlled by Fairview. They had it 15 minutes, Liberty Center 9. And total offensive yardage, Fairview with an edge there, 177 yards on 36 plays. Liberty Center with 159 yards, 18 behind on only 19 offensive plays. So Fairview 36-19 number of plays run versus Liberty. Now the Tigers with the ball on the 42-yard line. Here is the give straight ahead to Silvis, and he's hit and twisted and bent there. Gain of a yard on the play as we get going here in quarter number 3.
Yeah, well, it's Spike, halftime over with, and it's a time where adjustments made. You know, thinking of where the Fairview got their yards against the Tigers, kind of wide pitches and plays that bounce to the outside. Did they do things to stop that? Also, passing attacks on both sides, you just wonder, they kind of have a feel for what did work and maybe what might work. So always a key time in the third quarter.
Okay, now 2nd down and 9. Tigers with a wing back to the left, 2 tight ends set, give to Silvis. He'll pick up about 2 short yards up to the 45. It'll bring up 3rd down and 7.
Westoven at that kickoff came out of the play kind of limping, but he's shaking it off, running up and down the sideline, so we look to see him back in there. What a first half. What a first half that Westoven had.
Well, yes, huge. Westoven, a huge first half for the Liberty Center. 2 big breakaway runs. Into the game now, number 6, Chad Collins. Foregoing that broken bone in his wrist. He's in there at running back. And then give to Silvis coming off that right side on a crossbuck. He breaks a tackle, stays on his feet, and he gets across the 50-yard line down to the 46. It's a Tiger first down. Boy, that was huge, Jim, on 3rd and long.
Yes, sir, and nice blocking on that Tiger right-hand side over there. They created a nice hole, and Silvis powered right through it and then had to do the last 5-6 yards on his own, but that moves the sticks, and how precious that is on the opening drive in the third quarter.
Oh, boy, that's huge. Momentum certainly a big thing here. Fairview getting on the board with 11 seconds to go in the half, putting them back in the game. Tigers now looking to answer the call. 1st and 10 on the Fairview 46. Here's a deep pitch to Silvis. Tries to cut it back up inside. Nothing doing there. Good cover by the Apaches as they swarmed to the ball. Silvis did the right thing. He cut up inside that defensive end, but the pursuit was there, and it'll be no gain on the play. 2nd down and 10, ball resting squarely on the 45-yard line of the Apaches. Into the game, number 55, Liberty Center is Zach Gramling in there at tackle on that left side. Tigers trying to not use up box with that gimpy ankle. Give straight ahead to Westoven. Well, no way it appeared to be Westoven, but actually ball carrier was Cordes coming in motion. Jim, they handled the ball so well, the play's in front of us, and I couldn't pick that up. It's just tough for the opposing teams to be able to see some of this great Tiger ball handling. But Tigers now faced with another 3rd and long, 3rd down and 8. Ball on Fairview's 43-yard line. Tigers sticking with that standard 2 tight end set. Cordes, the wing back on the left to short side. Shaddy play action, back to throw. He's got a receiver out there, but it's intercepted down at the 30-yard line. Yeah, good coverage out there. Spangler made a great, gallant effort to try to go over the top to get the ball, but he had position and they intercept the ball. Actually, Jim, who knows? Maybe that isn't the worst thing in the world. The Tigers would have been faced with a 4th and 7 at about the 40. And, if they go for it and they don't make it, or if they, punt, who knows. But they did push them back a little.
That's true.
So Fairview takes over at the 30. They've got 2 wide outs to the right side. Here's a give straight ahead, and maybe only about 2 yards on the play. One note we want to make on the Tiger defense, their leading rusher, get the number on that, number 22, Highland, their leading rusher on the season, gaining 1,450 yards, 5 carries, no yards.
Oh, yeah.
Now the Tigers really doing a good job of holding him in. Fairview now with a 2nd down and 9. 2 tight ends set. Here's the deep pitch coming around the outside. And what a job by Moeller! Or Spangler, excuse me. What a job Spangler. He simply bulldogged right over the top of number 76, the tackle there, and brought him down for a 5-yard loss.
He blew the blocker into the ball carrier, and down they all went. You know, we talk adjustments, and look for maybe different end play, you know, because if that's where Fairview's getting their yards, then you got to do something to slam the door there.
Well, great Tiger defense on those first 2 downs. They need another big one here. Fairview in a passing situation. We've got an infraction on the snap, and usually that goes against the defense. Or, excuse me, against the offensive line.
Patchy's too quick to get into the blocking scheme.
Procedure ball against Fairview.
Okay, note here, Scott Highland, number 22, their leading rusher for the season. Might be injured. He has been out of the lineup now for a while. Well, the Apaches with an interesting setup here. They're 2 tight ends set, and now another flag on the play. 2 tight end set, Jim. It's 3rd down and 19. The ball all the way back to your own 20, and you're coming out there. You're not even showing the offense something that looks like a wide play. So,
yeah, well, they kind of outsmarted themselves there because they're going to walk backward another 5 yards. The referees didn't like it either, the way that play began to unfold. So, boy, they're moving toward their own goal line in a hurry. And, don't count this Tiger defense out for coming up with a big play here and turning things around, because they did the first half, got a pick, and Westoven carried that one in. So look out.
all right, they've got Strayer, normally a defensive end, lined up as in the defensive backfield. And Fairview tries to come the other way against the grain, and nothing doing there. The whole right side of that Tiger defensive line ate that up.
I don't figure that series play calling for Fairview, Spike. I just don't know what happened there. I mean, Spangler came up with a nice play from his defensive end there once, but boy, they almost seemed to concede in the rest of that series. But Tigers are going to get the ball a good field position. Parasini and McClure inside their 50.
Here it is, high wobbling pick, fair catch called for and executed by McClure on the 44-yard line. You know, Jim, it's a small thing, but when you're out there and you got a couple of defenders bearing down on you, you signal for the fair catch, you know it's you and you alone that has to make that play. You know, some guys could just chicken out and let the ball bound and not have the turnover, or not take the chance on the turnover and let it bound away for another 10 yards.
No, but these are playoff teams here with playoff tradition, especially the Tigers, and you can tell by the way this game goes, Spike, that both these teams deserve to be in the playoffs this year.
Tigers with the ball on the Fairview 45. Here's a give to Silvis, but whistled down right at the inception. Obviously a penalty against the Liberty Center with the play blown dead.
We were off to the races on that one.
Well, if you exclude the punt, Jim, there's 3 straight plays where there's been an infraction of the procedure against either team.
Collins entering the game.
Yep, Collins back in the game. Westoven appears to be all right, but he's out right at the present time. Parasini was in there, now he checks out. Tigers coming with a different package now since they're faced with that 1st and 15. They've got a wing back to the left, flanker to the right side, 2 tight ends, set lone, set back in the backfield, Collins. In motion is Silvis, flag on the play again. Silvis breaks a tackle, he's at the 40, he breaks another tackle, and finally hauled down at the 25-yard line, but it'll go all for naught. The officials saw fit to call, I believe, a motion penalty against the Tigers. Tigers with a new offensive set there, I'm sure, as we could tell, confused the Fairview Apaches, but also confused the officials as they got messed up and decided to call a flag. Remains to be seen if the motion was forward or not, but it doesn't matter because they called it, and that's what we'll go with. The Tigers marched off another 5 yards. It's first down and 20. The Tiger fans roaring their support for those hometown Tigers. First and 20 for Liberty Center, ball on their own 45-yard line. Here's Silvis in motion. And give to Silvis. It's the inside reverse. To Cordes. He's got running room. He's at the 40. He's at the 30. He's at the 20. And finally hold down inside the 15-yard line down to about the 12. Boy, a piece of business there by Liberty Center. The ill-used, or excuse me, the seldom used inside reverse play from Silvis to Cordes. And they went. We'll get the number of yardage here. We're going to call it about 40, 35, we're going to call it 47 yards, I believe. Liberty Center with a first down on Fairview's 12-yard line.
Yeah, that was executed just exactly the way it had to be, and they've used that not often, as you mentioned, but right down there banging on the goal line, Spike.
All right, lone setback is Westover. Here's Cordes in motion going to the right. No, Silvis alone set back. He gets the ball, the handoff. He's down inside the 5-yard line to about the 4. Yeah, moving the football now.
Oh, blocking on that right side. Tigers just plain moved the line of scrimmage toward the goal line, and Silvis packed a mail down there, got the ball on the 5-yard line according to the scoreboard. Looks to be closer than that, but anyway, Tigers, this is key, Spike. Got to have one here.
Tigers throughout the entire game up to this point had been showing the same formation play after play. Now all of a sudden coming out with a wing back and a flanker and a lone setback in the backfield. Now they go back to the standard 2 tight end set. Cordes wing back on the right side outside the shoulder of the tight end. Now he gets the pitch coming back, tries to drive down in through there. He's got yardage down to the 2-yard line.
Good penetration by the Apaches on that side. They just came through there and stayed low, and well, we're in position to make the stop, Spike.
All right, gain of a yard. We're going to call it a couple yards on a play. It'll be 3rd down and 1, ball on about the 3-yard line. First down yardage is just at the 2. 3:58 to go.
Oh, these are 2 big plays here, Spike. This close, just got to have 6.
That's right. Fairview, even though they trailed by 2 touchdowns, have matched the Tigers blow for blow in that first half. Now Cordes in motion coming left. Here is the give to Westover. He stays on his feet long enough. He's close, pushed back. And I believe from our vantage point here, perhaps just a little short. It's going to bring up 4th down. And again, Jim, great push by that defensive line. They fired out well and got penetration into the Tiger backfield. No gain on the play. It'll be 4th and 1 at the 3. First down yardage to the 2.
All right, this is a big play. Everybody knows it. We're watching, and piece of history right here at Tiger Stadium on the east end.
It's power versus power, 2 tight end set. Fairview with everybody up in the box. Here's a blitz. Now they're Tigers running outside to Westover, and I don't believe he made that big defensive play by Highland. No, then the Fairview Apaches hold. They put up a gallant goal line stand. They'll take over on their own 3-yard line. Well, Jim, at this point, Tigers lead by 2 touchdowns. A huge defensive series here coming up for Liberty Center.
Yeah, that's true. Now, Fairview, they bent, and ball got clear down there where they had their backs on the goal, but they held. But now Tiger defense has got to do what we know they can do and shut them down or push them back.
Westover coming out of the game for Liberty Center, normally one of the linebackers. Strayer in there instead. Here's Moeller on a blitz. They give the ball outside to Highland. He's got running room. There's a flag on the play. Boy, we're not sure what the call's going to be there. I see one of the sideline officials up here in the press box calls a below the belt, or excuse me, below the knee block. Wait for the call. That's what it was.
Take him backward.
Boy, that has to hurt Fairview there. They had good yardage on first down, now negated by the penalty.
Oh, they did. They had running room popped to the outside there to the Tiger right defensive side, but, you know, they got there by a clip or a illegal block, so they'll have to walk backwards, and, of course, that burns it down.
That's right. Doesn't burn up a down. It'll be first and 9, 5 yards from the spot of the foul. Fairview with a wide out to either side. 2 setbacks, drop straight back to throw, lobs it out there. Coverage out there by Silvis, nice job. The freshman quarterback, Bergman, kind of just lobbed it out there, hoping that his receiver, number 80, their top receiver, Ryan Johns. But Silvis had a beat on it and falls harmlessly to the turf. It'll bring up 2nd and down and 9. Fairview with the ball on their own 4-yard line. Jim, you know, with Fairview, with the big plays, they had 3 huge runs for over 40 yards in that first half. If you can break one for 40, you can break one for 90, and so they're never out of this game. Big series here for the Tigers. Here's an inside reverse and hit, and I don't know. No, he got the ball just across the goal line as he went down. That was close. Jim, his knees were hitting the ground as he reached out. We're not sure on that call. The official, though, did have a wide open look at it.
Oh, Spike, we needed an initial. We needed an initial TV5 replay so we could see what happened there.
That's Ducey taking over on that, baby.
Whoa, I don't know. I'd like to see that TV. We need a replay, Spike. I'm sure that was a tackle for a safety in their Fairview end zone, but they're walking the Tigers back, Spike. It's not good.
Well, the Tigers didn't like the call either with the lack of a safety, and somebody probably just expressed their displeasure at the official making his call. But it was close. You got to give the ball carrier, Fairview ball carrier, credit. He knew where he was and stuck the ball out. And now Fairview with a huge break. Boy, Liberty Center there putting Fairview right back in business. Fairview with a first down out to the 15-yard line. It would have been 4th on the 1-foot line. Instead, it's 1st and 10 for Fairview. 2 wide outs to the left. Dropping straight back under pressure. Lobs it out there. It's caught. He's got some running room on the sideline. And it's first down yardage for Fairview across the 25 and up to about the 28-yard line.
You know, it's very imperative the Tigers don't get rattled here, Spike. I mean, they got to let the officials call or whatever's going to be, even though certainly you're going to have a look at that on TV5 rebroadcast, but the game is as the officials call it, and that veteran Tiger team has got to rise to the occasion here and play the kind of football that we know they can and generally do.
All right, Fairview with a 1st and 10 on the 28-yard line. A minute 44 to go here in quarter number 3. Here's a fake pitch and a give straight ahead. And gain of about 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 7 for the Fairview Apaches. Checking into the game for Liberty Center, number 56, Chris Box, replacing number 71, Kane Myers. Chris running a little gingerly, perhaps, on that ankle. 2nd down and 7. Here's Fairview. They fake. Now the little lob out there in the flats and overthrown. Overthrown. Well, you know, Jim, even though Fairview passed for 700 yards this year, an average, like I said, of about 70 a game, in this situation, trailing by 2 scores, they're passing from a position of needing to throw as opposed to when they want to throw. And you can tell with the Tigers' great pass rush, it's doing a number on them. Yeah,
that's all the difference in the world. And many times this freshman quarterback will get the ball off, but then a Tiger defender puts a lick on him, and they begin to have its toll. But wow, they got a penalty that kept this drive going, but they've got to execute here.
All right, wide out to the right. Here it looks, setting up for a halfback pass. He slips and falls, and finally gets it off. It's intercepted! What a play there by Chris Box! Well, I'll tell you what happened. The receiver went downfield. He slipped and fell. It was the halfback pass. He was wrapped up in the backfield by a great rush from number 82, Spangler, but the halfback, that was Zach Heisler, got rid of the ball, and it was Chris Box on a tremendous diving catch. And I'll tell you what, if ESPN was here, they would have that on the highlight films tonight. 21-7, Liberty Center picking off a pass, sitting in great field position on the Fairview, just inside their 30-yard line. Tigers coming out, showing a full house, or showing a full backfield now. The up back is Silvas. Here's Silvas on the handoff to the right. He slips outside. He breaks 2 tackles. Stays on his feet. He's at the 10. He's at the 5. And it's Brett Silvas into the end zone. It's another Tiger touchdown. Count it. Liberty up now by 20. 27-7.
Spike, you got a point here. Number 11, who arguably beat Silvas just before the half with the reception for the Apaches that got him on the scoreboard, went for the strip as he tried to tackle Silvas. Instead of just locking him up, he took a swipe at the ball, and Silvas got by him and dances into the end zone. So just a heck of a battle out there, but Tigers score a big one after that turnover by the box interception.
Well, just turnover after turnover has haunted Fairview, but give a lot of credit there to the Tigers defense. Now the snap by Miller, good. The hold is bobbled, picked up by Babcock. He lost it out. 2, and it's caught! It's caught! It's caught! Who got the ball? Who caught that ball? Babcock with tremendous presence. Cordis, was it Cordis? Number 30, Cordis. I'll tell you what happened there. The snap was low. Babcock, keeping his head, was hit. He was held at his feet, kept his presence of mind, got the ball out there, and a diving Cordis in the end zone with a great catch. And Liberty Center now up by 22 points here in the third quarter with 49 seconds left. Jim, what a half.
Oh, boy.
You know, that whole touchdown was set up by another trademark run by Silvas. He was hit not once, not twice, but 3 times. He spun, he twisted, somehow kept his balance, rambled into the end zone. And Jim, I tell you what, Liberty Center coming up big here in tournament play.
Yeah, it's defense or it's offense. Tigers can deliver and do deliver, but as you say there, Silvas, they got him a bit of a hole, but I mean, there was some banging going there, and he must have had his chin about 6 inches off the ground, but somehow kept his feet under him and blew by that number 11, who thought he was going to make a big league play and swipe the ball loose instead of going for the tackle, and into the end zone, and a good margin there. That was a touchdown that really was well earned and looks good on the scoreboard.
Wow. Tigers jumping out now to a 3-score lead. Certainly now the pressure on the Fairview Apaches. High end over again, kicked by Spangler, taken at the 17-yard line. Return straight up the field. He breaks 1 tackle and breaks another one. The last guy left is Spangler. Now he's down on the sideline. It's a foot race. And the Apaches answer. An 83-yard kickoff return, finally down the left sideline, and they're right back in the ball game again with 36 seconds to go. This Fairview Apache team refuses to quit. 29-13, Liberty Center by 16. Fairview now to attempt a point after touchdown. Well, Jim, trailing by 16, I would expect them to go for 2.
Yeah, they had some nice blocking over there along the sideline, and that's just the way you do it. If you get scored on, they got to kick it off to you, and if you can hang one up, then that just shows, well, you can answer.
All right, wide formation to the left side, 3 receivers out there. Lone setback. Tight end on the right side, now dropping back, left-handed, trying to get outside. Cordis with pressure. Now he lobs it up in the end zone, wide open, caught! 2-point conversion for Fairview. And now trailing only by 14, they're right back in the game. Liberty Center leads it with 36 seconds to go here in the third quarter, 29-15. Jim, you just never know. You never say the game's over. And right there, Fairview with a lot of courage. They had a return set up into the middle of the field. And then once he made that kick out to the outside, Todd Spangler caught in not his normal defensive position with the fracas in the middle of the field. It wound up that he was the only man left, and once he kicked it outside around poor Todd, not his fault, he was off to the races.
Oh, yeah, and give Fairview credit. They got some boys with some speed, and once he got a good lead in a clear field over there, off he went, and he streaked down the sideline, and no flags thrown. Now, what the Tigers need to do is play error-free football and execute properly. You know, the penalty bug jumps up and bites, and they sure don't need any of that. Just stay cool, stay calm. They're still ahead, two touchdowns, and they got to have a good drive here, Spike.
Well, Liberty Center, by and large, has done a great job against Fairview. It's been the big play that's kept Fairview in the game. of their rushing, of their 140 yards in the first half, 130 of it came on 3 big plays. But they're still in the game. Here's a low line drive kick, taken at the 25-yard line by Silvas. He breaks a tackle, stays on his feet, breaks another one. I don't know how he does it. He breaks 3 more tackles. If he'd have got through there, he was gone. Brett Silvas just broke 6 tackles on returning the ball for 20 yards. Jim, I have never in my life seen a guy that can stay on his feet like Silvas.
Oh,
and then when you brag on Silvas, Westholmen turns around and does the same thing.
Yep, so true.
Okay, the Tigers here with good field position. They've got the ball on their own with the nose of the ball just across the 46-yard line. 26 seconds remaining here in quarter number 3 in what I want to tell you, a tremendous football game here in Liberty Center. Opening round of the playoffs. Tigers 2, Silvas, the referee doesn't like that one. He breaks 2 more tackles. He breaks another one. Is at the 30. One man there, a great block by Cordes, and into the end zone. It's a touchdown. However, it's going to be coming back. There'll be some kind of a motion call, I imagine, against Liberty Center. The flag was thrown right on the snap. Oh, man, that guy that got blocked by Cordes was really laid out. He's out like a light.
Yeah, he was coming like a house of fire over there, and Cordes just turned and had the position on him and delivered a real whack. And that flag's gonna bring things back. But Tigers had popped a good one, and nice run down the sideline there. But I think she's gonna come back, Spike.
Yeah, the Tigers came out in that formation that they rarely use, but it just shows something else to the defense in that power I left. Silvas went for 55 yards for the score, but negated. Okay, back to live action after the injured Fairview player finally getting up. Okay. Here's a give straight ahead. The first back through is Westhoven. He runs for about 5 yards on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10. To go back over that play, it was Silvas. Again, I hate to keep using this word trademark, but it was Silvas on one of those runs. Broke about 4 tackles and rambled 55 yards into the end zone. It was Chad Cordes over here delivering a tremendous blow, knocking a guy almost literally unconscious, and play suspended for several minutes while they revived him. And the net call on the play was Liberty was penalized 5 yards, bringing the ball back. Now, with the timeout, we were able up here, our cameraman was able to bring that play back. The call was illegal procedure in the Tiger backfield and ran back 7 times, and every time nobody moved. We're going to call that a phantom call, so if you're there at home, you've got a chance to review that. You can cut all that out. Nathan, yes, Chad's is good. Well, you got to cut that out anyway because it's. All right, that was the end of the third quarter. Liberty up 29-15. They've got the ball on their own 46-yard line. 2nd down and 10. Here is the give to Cordes. Cordes battling his way. Good gain of about 6. That'll put Liberty Center down in a good position here. It'll be 3rd down and a short 4. Ball will be on the 40, almost to the 47-yard line. We'll give him a gain of 7. It'll be 3rd down and a long 3 for the Tigers. If you get a chance at home, if you're taping this, run that touchdown run that was negated by the motion penalty or procedure penalty. Get a chance to run that back because we couldn't find it. Here is the give to the third back through Silvas. He's hung up right there at the line of scrimmage, no gain. And now the Liberty Center Tigers obviously will come out in punt formation, but the question is, what will they do? Decision time for Liberty Center. They've got the ball on the 47-yard line of the Apaches.
Punt coverage team goes in.
Tigers now with their speed backs in there. They've got Babcock split wide to the right and Salmi split out wide to the left. Shaddy comes to the line of scrimmage. Tigers are showing run formation. Here comes Fairview coming up. Coverage man there. Tigers now on a long count. Try to draw it. No call. He jumped across. No call.
Where's the call?
And finally, I believe the Tigers call a timeout. It almost worked, Jim. They got him to jump. but the referees didn't rule that he broke the plane. Tiger fans, they don't like the non-call, and the Tigers don't get the timeout, but they're walked off 5 yards. Well, at this point, Jim, it's not really all academic here. The Tigers almost made it work, and now they're going to be punting from midfield, so it really not a bad call. However, look out now for the possible fate. Fairview, after the penalty now, maybe a little bit lax. They're getting set for a rush that's going to be open. He's there, he looks, he lobs it out, there it is! It's caught by Silvas! He's at the 40, he makes a cut! He's at the 30, another cut to the outside, and a big block! 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1! It's another Tiger touchdown! It's another Tiger touchdown! What a call by Coach Lindgren! What a play by Shotty to a wide open Silvas! Streaking down the sideline, breaking one, breaking another, and breaking a third tackle, getting a huge block at the 15, and roaring into the end zone. Liberty Center rolling on, they lead it 35-15.
All right, the Tigers coming up big when they needed to. It was 4th down. They just got a delay of game penalty against them, and yet out of the bag of plays comes the pass off of a punt. Extra point good. Tigers are now up 36-15, looking quite comfortable as you look at the scoreboard. Good execution on offense, Spike, especially as you come down on the 4th down there and you wonder what's going on, and it seems like they're not getting a break at all from the referees as we check those penalty flags out, but nevertheless, veteran team executes, keeps their poise, and gets it done. You know, you mentioned that safety that the Tigers thought they had. Now that's going to look good on TV5. Also a motion penalty that brought a touchdown back, so a lot of good things to watch for as you're watching the replays here, but I don't think the referees can make all the right calls, but anyway, Tigers getting the job done, Spike.
Brown. Hill. And Bauer.
All right, set to kick off here. Spangler delivers high end over end kick coming down at the 19-yard line. Delivered straight up the middle. He's got a little bit of running room there, but brought down on a nice tackle. Get the number there, number 22 for Liberty Center, Nate Bear. Nate Bear coming up with another big defensive play, special teams for the Tigers. Well, I got to say, on that last series where the Tigers wound up with that 50-yard touchdown pass to Silvas, I think there was a bit more wizardry, and in fact, well, we'll touch on that here at the next timeout break. Fairview dropping back to throw, lobs it downfield. He's got a receiver out there. It's caught across midfield down to the 45-yard line. They're going to throw a flag. I don't know where that comes from. It was Ryan Strayer out there on coverage, and it appeared that the defender went up, the receiver went up and caught the ball unimpeded. What in the world?
Well,
oh my, that's sick!
Yeah, the receiver caught the pass over there, and he was already on the ground, kind of tangled up with Desgrange, or Parasini, who was defending out there. Well, then along come another Tiger and, made sure he wasn't going to advance a ball, and that's probably the call, Spike. They says, no, you can't do that in high school.
All right, well, if there was a second Tiger involved, perhaps the referee's call had some validity. All right, the Apaches have it rolling now. Ball on the 30-yard line, rolling out to the left. Lobs it out there. Kane Myers knocks it down right there. Nice defensive play by Kane Myers. going out there with the flow of the play, acting almost from his defensive tackle position, actually dropping off in pass coverage. Great call there, great field awareness by Kane Myers. 10 minutes and 13 seconds left in the ball game. Liberty Center coming up with different ways to score time after time. They lead it 36-15 over a game Fairview Apache squad. Two wide outs to the left side, straight drop back, setting up the screen. He's got a lot of running room over there. A block in the back, not picked up, and Fairview takes it into the end zone. And the son of a gun ain't over yet. It's 36-21. The Apache score. Well, Liberty Center bid on that one, Jim. There were about 6 Tigers flowing through there, all eager to make a hit on the quarterback.
Yeah, if ever there was a perfect execution of a screen pass, that was it right there. Whole Tiger line come charging through there, and quarterback just lost it over the top, and it was pretty much green pastures for number 11 as he rambles into the end zone, putting up a score for the Apaches.
Well, the Apaches now, I imagine will go for one. No, they're going to line up to go for 2. They want to cut that lead to 13. Liberty Center with a 15-point lead. Here is the give. It's an inside reverse, and the Tigers smell it out right there. Kane Myers on the assist. The initial hit made, I believe, by Cordes from his defensive end position, and Liberty Center holds. That was big. Fairview could have cut it to 14 with the kick. They went for 2. Now they trail by 15. And Jim, even if they do get hot and are come up somehow with 2 more scores, they're going to have to convert twice on 2-point conversions. That was huge, not converting there. Perhaps a little premature to roll the dice. Still 10 minutes left, and Fairview with their big play Pensons there, they've certainly still in this ball game.
No question. They show the the ability to make a big play, and credit to coaches, credit that freshman quarterback, whatever you want to say. I mean, they take what's given to them, and why not run a screen pass? The Tigers have been dominated on the line of scrimmage there, defensively and offensively, and so to take some of that heat off, let them come through and then just dump it off to your back, just right at the line of scrimmage, and work just perfection for them. And boy, I tell you, Apache's not packing up their teepee. They're staying right with it.
Yeah, twice when Liberty Center has had the ball or had the game thought safely in hand. Fairview comes right back. Now the low line drive, end over end kick, taken at the 20-yard line, straight up the field by, I believe, Westoven.
Yeah, 35. Westoven.
Yep, up across the 35 and out to the 38-yard line where Liberty Center will have the ball, 1st and 10.
Yeah. Now this is a case where Tigers are up by 2 scores, but they can't set on it. They can't let the Apaches just back it in there, and so they still got to be able to come up with the big play. But Tigers last half of the season have shown the ability to do just exactly that, Spike. And then even here tonight, twice from punt formation, we had some big plays. So, Tigers rounded out into a complete football team, and just good playoff football we're privileged to watch here tonight.
Zach Gramming in there at tackle in place of Chris Box, who's out with ice on his ankle. Here is the give to Cordes. Liberty Center with a great fake there. Silva's going one way and Cordes the other. Cordes with about 2 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
Yeah.
Jim, I want to go back to that series where Liberty Center ran the fake punt. They were set up in punt formation, and then they ran up. Shaddy got under center.
Yeah.
Then Fairview had to scramble to get their defense up to the line of scrimmage. Liberty, I believe now, as I look back on purpose, took the penalty to make it 4th and 9. And the scoundrel that Coach Lindgren had that in his plan all the time. Fairview bit. They put everybody up there to rush the kicker, and then they pull off the big fake. Now, You tell me, Rex Lindgren, I don't believe it for a minute. You had that planned all the way.
Okay, Spike. Well, that all sounds and probably might be true. But, talking about the replays here, I'm sure I saw a Fairview defender jump into the neutral zone or across the line of scrimmage when Shaddy was doing that trickery and trying to pull him off sides, but no flag. But again, that's what hindsight of the TV broadcast allows us to look things over, and then we can critique the officials with some degree of absolute accuracy. But good football game.
All right, there's 9 minutes and 3 seconds left in this football game. Liberty Center 2 touchdowns ahead of Fairview, 36-21. Tigers now with that two tight end set. Cordes the wing on the short side to the right. Here's the give to Silvas off the left side. He's got running room. What a nice run. Silvas carries a tackler about 5 yards, and he picks up about 10 on the play. Time after time after time. It almost gets monotonous, Jim, watching the ability of these two Tiger runners.
Yeah. You know, I've never had to try to tackle him or
Well,
somebody
can't.
exactly
Nobody
like him,
can.
but, you know, they think they got him, but he doesn't go down.
You know, he doesn't have any great speed. He doesn't have any size, but he gains 8-9 yards every carry.
He gets it done.
He's just a super runner. Two Tigers now split out wide to either side, Parasini and McClure. Here is the give straight ahead to Westoven.
Ooh, close.
Westoven with a great Tiger push, and the referees blow the play dead.
Come on, Grambling, hit the man.
Boy. Okay, after the measurement and a Tiger timeout, it's 4th and 1, and the Tigers are going to roll the dice. They've got the ball on their own 47-yard line. The give straight ahead to Silvas. He's got the first down!
Yeah, with Cordes there.
Right off the left side of the Tiger offensive line. Zach Grambling, the tackle.
Moeller over there.
Yep,
Spangler over there.
yep. Moeller, Spangler, and Grambling with the big push. And a gain for Liberty Center of about 4 yards on the play. Ball across the 50, close to the 49-yard line of the Fairview Apaches.
Yeah, that was a key play there, Spike. That keeps the ball moving, which is ever important here, and also moves the sticks.
7:39 to go in the game. The clock running. Gives straight ahead to Silvas. He breaks two tackles. He pulling another one and rambles for a 9-yard gain. Jim, they were mugging him. They are hitting him from every side. They had his jersey pulled, and it didn't matter. He hauled the pile about 4 yards. We're going to give him 9 on the play. Ball down at the 41-yard line of the Apaches, and most important of all, the clock still running. Tigers taking their time, coming to the line of scrimmage now. Westoven the back on the left, Silvas back on the right. Cordes the wing back on the right, outside the shoulder of Strayer, the tight end. Here is the give straight ahead to Westoven. He breaks another tackle and rambling down behind the huge offensive push of the line, and he's inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Liberty Center relentlessly grinding out yardage here. Fairview now, clock definitely working against them and in the favor of Liberty Center. Stop for the moving of the chains. Now they start it again. Clock running 6:46. Liberty Center protecting a 15-point lead. Same set as the last time, two tight ends. Spangler, tight end on the left, Strayer, tight end on the right. Cordes the wing back. You give to Silvas off the left side behind Jesse Miller. Miller pulled from, it's still on his feet all the way down to the 20-yard line. Tigers picking up real estate in big chunks now.
Oh, yeah, on the left side there for the Tigers, just a nice hole. I mean, they just moved those Apaches backward and apart and past Waltz's Silvas. So Tigers moving the clock and the ball, Spike.
Yeah, that's one thing you can say after as we look back on this game here. Tigers, tremendous line play, simply out-executing Fairview at every turn of the game. Fairview staying in with just some big plays, but Liberty Center grinding it out methodically. And play blown dead on the snap. Somebody moved from Liberty Center. Here comes some Fairview fans. No, those aren't Fairview fans. Those are Tiger fans. Part of the band there. Yeah, they're all jacked up.
The banner there.
Yep. Kid with a ponytail just about lost his pants.
There they come back again.
Yep. Great toe touch there. Casey Underwood. A cheerleader would have been proud of that one. All right, here we go now. Back to action. 2nd and 6 for Liberty Center. Here is the pitch back to Westoven behind some great blocking by the running back. Stays on his feet. It gets across the pile there and down to the 16-yard line. And that should be enough for the first down. 8-yard gain. And Liberty Center continuing to move the ball. Jim, a score here isn't necessary as far as the outcome of the game goes, but it certainly would be a stamp of once and for all proving who the dominant team in this game is. Liberty Center relentlessly driving on. Tigers staying with that standard set course, the wing on the right. Here is the give over there to Silvas. Silvas with short yardage.
No gain in the play. Will be second down and 10.
Neil Carter was in there now checking out for the game, replaced by number 50, Furco. Gramling sticking in there at offensive tackle for the Tigers. Give outside to Westoven, stays on his feet, rambling down there. Another big piece of yardage for Liberty Center, down around the 10 or the, it'll be marked inside the 10, down on about the 9. That will bring up third down and about 2 yards to go. 4:16 remaining in the game, and Jim, I think we're almost to the point where it's going to take a miracle now for Fairview to pull this thing out.
Yeah, Tigers showing that experience and just executing and keeping their heads about them maybe when the penalties don't go their way, and just plain doing a nice job here. Good playoff football by our Tigers.
Here's the give straight ahead to Westoven, staying on his feet inside the 10 down to about the 8-yard line. Finally hauled down, but it'll be well beyond the first down yardage needed. And Tigers now will have a 1st and goal.
Or else you're in danger of getting
Ouch.
hammered into the wall here, Spike. Come on.
All right.
Deliver.
First and goal on the 5-yard line. Tigers ready to put one more nail in the Fairview coffin. Here's the give to Westoven off the right side, and it's another touchdown! Troy Westoven with touchdown number 4 on the evening, and Liberty Center.
Yellow hanky on the ground.
Oh, no, 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 no. No, no, not another one of those stinking yellow flags. Westoven's 4th touchdown called back. Well, that's 2 of them, that's right. Good call by Richie Frankfather. That's the 2nd Tiger touchdown called back tonight. A walk-off will go back to the 10-yard line. Liberty Center will start all over again. Now they've got 1st and goal at the 10.
Well, they can use a little more clock and maybe a little more practice on that red zone drill, Spike.
Yep. Straight ahead give to Silvas, fighting straight ahead, and he's got that penalty yardage back. It'll bring up 2nd and goal at the 5.
Duck by Beardsley.
In the game for Liberty Center at right guard, number 58, Neil Carter, been in there on several of the plays lately. Tigers being able to use a lot of players tonight with a few people banged up, keeping things around, keeping people fresh. Now Tigers come back out the line of scrimmage at about the 6-yard line. Silvas, now the wing on the left, coming in motion. Here's the give to Silvas. He tries to make a cutback. He loses his footage and goes down at the line of scrimmage. So now it'll be 3rd and goal from the 6-yard line. Only 2 minutes and 32 seconds remaining here in the game. While we get a chance one more time, we'll try to get a list of our sponsors in. We've got the dugout with Steve and Catherine Parasini, Pisanello's Pizza, Craig and Sherry Myers, Spies Trailer Court, Dave's Auto Service, and Dave's Running Shop in Delta. Tigers come to the line of scrimmage, 3rd and goal on the 6. Standard tight end set. Shaddy lofts it out there, caught, touch, no, yes, touchdown Westoven, he got into the end zone. A little play action pass to Westoven out of the backfield, and Liberty Center goes ahead 42-21 over Fairview. And we'll hit them up here quick. We got Liberty Products, Miller Brothers Trucking, KK Collision, Swanton Welding, Henry County Bank, Davis Farm Services, B.A. Miller and Sons Trucking, the Mid-Am Bank, Holgate Metal Fab, and L.R. Babcock Plumbing and Heating. Also, we've got from Dave, Karen, and Jason Moeller for their sons, Todd and Kevin. Good luck. And Thunderfoot, no doubt about that one. He drove the ball all the way over the fence. It's good. Liberty Center leads it by 22, 43-21. All right, as we're getting set for the kickoff, Liberty up with 2 minutes to go. We'll try to get the rest of our sponsors in, individual sponsors for Chris Box from Mom Rita, also Grandma and Grandpa Connor, Aunt Joe, Aunt Putty, Aunt Normie, and Uncle Marvin. Here's a high booming end over end kick down to the 9-yard line. Delivered straight up the field, met there by number 5, Brad Howell. And Brad Howell, no questions asked, down right on the spot. He was really belted. Also, we've got Rick Rhonda and Brittany Miller for their son, Jesse. We've got Mark, Linda, and Christy Simbola for Brad. Bob and Julie Shaddy for Rob. Bill and Deb Weshy. We've got Louie Miller, Mary Beth Collins, Chester, and Nola Short for their sons and grandsons, Chad and John. Jeff, Denise, and Justine Spangler for their son, Todd. Now Fairview dropping back, throws it out along the sidelines. That pass will go incomplete, and it'll bring up second down and 10. Jim, it was awful tight there at times. Fairview kept pounding back, staying in the game, but now it's pretty much a Liberty Center decisive victory. They lead at 43-21.
Yep.
Only a minute 52 remaining now. Next week, Liberty Center, it appears now, they'll be tangling with the winner of the Columbus Grove and Bluffton game. If you remember, it was Liberty Center winning a tight one last year over Bluffton in that in playoff play. Well, kind of a broken play there. It will bring up third down and a loss of a yard. It'll be third down and 11 to go. Into the game, number 51, Matt Leininger. Kane Myers up there on the line, also Rex Noacre. Now rolling out to the left is Bergman, trying to find somebody, nothing doing, and brought down over there by Ryan Strayer.
Kane Myers over there.
Kane Myers in on the hit along with Zach Gramling.
Neil Carter in there.
Yep. Also in on the play, your favorite and mine.
Who'd that be?
Why, none other than number
Josh Overall. Let's give it to him.
81.
Oh. 81.
Back in punt formation, the Apaches, as they're more or less conceding the game. Back there taken over his shoulder by number 22, Nate Bear, and nice return across the 45 down to the 44-yard line. Nate Bear showing some courage there, taking that kickoff over his shoulder and returning it to the 44. 24 seconds remaining in the ball game. And out of the many entrants into the Tiger Trivia Contest, we have one correct answer, only one correct answer, that being the winner is Jesse Miller, and the team was the Montpelier Locomotives with 4 victories over Liberty Center, all in the early 90s. Overmeyer in at quarterback, takes a knee, and that should be the last play of the ball game. Football fans here on TV5, it's Liberty Center coming out on top in the last home game for these senior football players. Those swashbuckling men in black, Liberty Center Tigers, and time runs out. They're going to win this thing 43-21 here on NCTV5. And like I said, the Tigers next week will advance to play the winner of the Columbus Grove Bluffton football game. So until then, this is Spike Whitman along with Jim Leatherman. And one more time, Liberty Center 43, and the game, Fairview Apaches 21.